Boy, what a week, huh? Let me just work out the face cam because I was doing so little and had so much time to fix that off stream. But now we're here. There we go. Activate. There we are. Oh, you can see all of my card game nonsense on the table back there. How are we doing tonight, people? So, and also just what a week, huh? So what I thought we would do, just as a start, would be to take a look at what's the word? We had a big deal big deal video come out this week. Our Viewer's Choice W Awards. I have that somewhere, don't I? I have that source. It's like a text source. There it is. There we go. Just, use that, why don't you? And I'll probably have to edit that to some other scenes as well, but voting is open now. What else could I do? I could add a group. Yeah, I could do a lot of things. But basically, right, that was a weird angle for me to come across the lens. But this weekend, because I have been spending a lot of time not streaming, and instead spending a lot of time going to One Piece locals, I've got some stories from that. So I was at Niagara Falls for the Treasure Cup. Niagara is actually looking quite nice this time of year. As far as, February, it's cold and overcast and full of ice. But we did go see the falls, take a bunch of pictures. Hi, Mario. I was there to play some trading card games over the weekend. My buddy got the hookup, so we had a place to sleep for the night, for the 2 nights we were there. Didn't have to rent out a hotel, so that was really nice. Jammed a bunch of games the night before until my eyes bled, practically, and then played nine rounds. Won't get too into the details of those, because I know it's not too relevant to anyone else, but it's relevant to me. Well, all you need to know is I won 7 of my 9 games, which means I was X2 and in the top 64, which is enough for prizes. And one of those prizes is this alternate art shopper that has the little chart. If that would focus, it would say treasure map, Treasure Cup Championship. Treasure Cup One Piece card game. There it is, just in the I guess that's Horn Point. The One Piece, the time skip scenes don't really have names. But yeah, I was really pleased with those results. But what I'm actually going to do from here... Do I have Twitter still up? Twitter, are you in a decent enough state? Yeah, I think so. So what I'm going to do now is go over to display for a little bit, because we're still going to be in the just chatting part of this. I set this one up to do what I wanted. Yes. That is basically what I want to do. Or close enough to it. Yeah, we can actually... Can we change things here? Can we do a little cutty cut on the fly? Yes, we can. It's not that important, but that's cool. And then I want to add my group, my face cam. Yes, that thing. Oh, hello. Scaling mode. Nope, not that. Lock preview, scaling, show transition, blending mode, full screen projector. No, not that either. Transform. Fit the screen. Hi there. We're back. New and different OBS settings. And there's a much nicer picture of that. And I would have pictures of Niagara as well, but those are still on my phone. So I'm going to leave those behind for now. Just need to break about that. This is my actual plan for tonight for a little while. You can tell other people to get in here. Because this is what I was working on all week. And basically from the weekend prior up to like Thursday night, Friday morning, maybe a little bit. And then once this was done, I drove off to Niagara. Having no practice whatsoever for that whole week because all my time was spent doing this. It's our big viewer's choice video for the year. So I don't think we'll watch the whole thing, but I just did want to highlight a couple things. That was like I was proud of and no one will notice, and now that I will point them out, you won't be able to unsee them type of things. So just some little B-roll that Noah sent me from his house that I could use as like an insert. And then I ended up using a different insert for the purpose he was thinking of, but it makes for a nice cold open. We've got this underlying soundtrack that I find quite comical. It's and I think of this video that was like, "Who's afraid of a little English dub?" or something like that. Who's afraid of the Sailor Moon dub? I think it was. It's like a YouTube comedy sketch that came out years and years ago at this point, about inviting your adult friends over, like Andrew and Steph did recently, and sitting down to watch some anime, and then you can't agree whether you want to watch the dub or the sub of Evangelion. So this is from that video. It's the same reference basically, and that reference is to Evangelion because this is Misato's track. Just think of it anytime you're in her apartment. I did quite like this screenshot that you might miss if you're it zooms out quite quickly. But we have our special meth dick. I wanted to cut in right on that before we did anything else. And then we've got all this little Foley I had to do to add in for Noah's phone and answering machine. Oh, it would especially help if I was adding like a audio source. Here on Hydol. Desktop audio. Let's take a chance on desktop audio. I'm gonna lower that down quite a bit.
This is the weirdest manga I've ever read.
There we go. Yeah, just something quick like that. And of course, Noah did all of this in one take. Having to go back and forth with Steph on that. I had to add. I wanted to also add just a little bit of a directionality to it, or stereo, I guess. Just so it's kind of off to the one side a little bit. I did most of the audio editing over in Audacity instead. So this like phone.
Do you always answer the phone with that random tidbit?
No.
So that like kind of phone effect is just from doing a equalization curve on it in Audacity, and it has that as like a basic built-in filter effect. And I think it does need to be run through more than once to actually get the effect you want, where it just drops the highs and the lows, leaving just that like compressed middle section. And here you start to see where this one take approach was messing me up a little bit, because I need enough space for Steph to actually speak and finish her line. So I've got this section where I've just sliced it up and slowed down this section a little bit, because it's mostly Noah not moving, and then when we get to the end, it finally does react to what's being said. But you wouldn't really notice unless you were like, Noah's not breathing, or if you were paying special attention to the flames there. I think it otherwise works out pretty well. Hot is hidden pretty decently. I don't know how Noah was doing all of this without being able to see through his hair. This was another section where instead of slowing it down, I just took the same bit and looped it back and forth a little bit. So you might see like the fire going backwards or something, or Noah just jumping back and forth just a little bit there. But again, I don't think anyone could or should notice that. Nice little cutoff there for Steph's audio.
To you, Noah.
Which is just fun. And then we cut over into some B-roll I wanted to put in. I thought this was appropriate. Fits if I'm thinking of Noah and getting some comeuppance, I would think of Osmongadiah. He's here. And just some of this other B-roll stuff he sent me. Then we can nicely cut to black just a little bit. Finesse it a little bit just to get it to black quick enough. And then back out. Without it blowing up anyone's ears. And then we get into the crux of this, which is the actual awards show part. And we cut. So this was something I worked on as just like another transition. I did something similar for the Promare episode, which was like a simpler effects, because that only was like 2 colors, and now I've got like 3 or 4. But basically, this has to be a sub timeline, a nested timeline. This is another little Vegas project, is basically what I mean. And you do that because videos don't inherently have their own transparency. So to get like this bit here and leave that alone, and to come out the other side alone, you could do like green screen or masks, but if you don't have to, this is a lot cleaner. It's also like less size on disk, just because it's all that. And then they just the program will just render that out as is, and you can repeat it quite easily. I wish I had lined up this a little bit better to be like masked correctly on this, but that doesn't really matter. This is also like the most organized I've ever been for an episode because I've got just like all these sections divided out by subheader comment what markers, which I never use. When I'm editing stuff, I just go in one shot and be done with it. But they actually work quite helpful for rendering out and testing small sections because I can just go like this and it selects all that, and I can just review and edit those small sections. I also wanted to add in a bit of B-roll for each of these, so getting real organized on all this was extremely helpful. So I could just come over here and be like, oh, what's one of our lead performances? It's like, so I can pull from our clips that we've all spent time gathering here, or I can pull from just the Aharon clips. This is one I was gathering for myself, so I've got like 7 clips here, even though we only used 2. So that's the way it goes. And a lot of the B clips is also just like stuff that I couldn't fit into something else. So just like a nice clean visual for a show that wouldn't get a lot of representation. Given in Cyberpunk bad examples of that, but like Furuba, we only had 1 clip in there, but that's okay. Marine actually is nominated for this section. And then the rest of this is just layers to construct all of this. So we have like a moving background, which should help with throwing off YouTube content bots. It was more or less successful. Another thing that really helps is covering up as much as the footage as possible. But I make it not obtuse as much as possible. Like it doesn't feel weird to have best lead plastered over a third of the video, for example. And I've also got some moving pieces in there as well behind the text, and our big logo to cover up that little corner, and just make the chyron a little cleaner. Chyron being the word for lower third. This thing though, let's see if I can pull that up. It was just a stock asset I was able to find. And it works well for just this little background section as a thing that glows and moves, and like it's subtle, not obstructive, but will obstruct the bots, I think, in more ways. And it's just, I like how it all came together with this little like starburst and the golden particle effect and our golden dubbies. Also real proud of this font I was able to get for this. I know everyone cares about fonts, but Garamond Extra Bold. I was mostly just looking for whatever had a nice looking, like, History Channel H, I think was the look I was going for. It may have been that I was thinking of like a Yu-Gi-Oh font, which is Matrix Bold. Which would have been fine. And then we get into our actual like nominees section of this. Add a little B-roll as the names are being read out, and give the titles time to come in as well. For this, it's I can either pull from a different clip that I wanted to fit in there somewhere, or it can just kind of provide context to the scene you're about to watch. Like this was a section where I'd cut from Aharon, skip a cut in between that was like a Rido headspace, and then back out to Rido himself to pick up the mic, and we cut to him rapping. So it doesn't feel that weird. Ultimately, a lot of this stuff for picking out clips was, wow, that made me laugh more than anything else did. So this is the clip we're going with.
Give me that cabbage and some bok choy too.
Word, I can.
Cabbage and some bok choy too.
Nope.
Word, I can do that.
I did it. My dope rhymes left them completely speechless. I'm unstoppable.
It's the end of that clip that really gets me every time. It's the I'm unstoppable. Also, I think we joked about it on our episode coverage of this as well, but these are the mom's only lines in the entire show, and she absolutely kills both those lines. It's very funny. It took me way too long to remember how to properly line up things in Sony Vegas, because it's a lot different from any other like editing software I use, where I kind of just have to eyeball it for a lot of this, because it can give me the width and the height, but that's relative to this image and this like big frame. It doesn't tell me how much space that this little image I actually put and am concerned about is taking up. So I can't reasonably make them the same for everyone. And then I realized it's one of these two things here. So if I just put in match output aspect, I will get the aspect ratio I want, and I can put it in the corner the way I want. It's not so much of a problem, except that basically all of our headshots, or not the headshots, the key visuals here, are kind of different aspect ratios, which is where the problem comes in. If I was just trying to aim them to all be the same height. And I would have cut them down as well, but then you're losing out on a lot of the image. It's what I did for the headshots, because I can just frame them however is most pleasing and is visible on camera. Like Ben here is holding it's kind of a joke headshot from him, where he's holding a card just outside of frame here. But I can cut it down and make it look professional. Here, of course, has a lot of cosplay shots, and a lot of them are appropriate for headshots, but this one's the most appropriate. No. But if I was just, like a lot of these headshots or key visuals, I wouldn't have wanted to cut down more than I did. Some of the early testing I did ended up being was mostly to work out this bug I was having with ghosting, especially because it's not even 60 frames or 24 frames or any of that stuff. And a lot of the capturing for clips I was doing ended up coming out as 60 frames per second. Mistake on my part, and I could have fixed that and made it only 30 frames per second, but that still would have caused the same issue. So ultimately ended up being just this setting I had to disable for basically every clip that came through here. Worked out okay. Yeah, like this is another. Like these are other clips for these shows that have nothing to do with the actual clip they're attached to, but are helpful. This one was, so I did this quite a lot, was just pull from after the cutoff for the clip and put it towards the front. That's another one, that's just a nice visual. and one that kind of stuck with me even though I hadn't seen much of the show. Nice quick little bit from somewhere else in the show from a different clip. I don't think we quite fit in the Please No Capoeira, so this is where that ended up. I was given quite a long clip of Bell to pull from, and this is ultimately what we've got here, is just get across the idea that virtual, it is this living person, and then we cut to the show. Just to try to get off that idea. I know she wasn't technically not nominated, but she ended up in a lot of my B-roll and just a lot of the. Just has a line or two in a bunch of the clips as a supporting role, but yeah, definitely none of my timelines ever look this complex, which is why it's kind of like I kind of want to show this off and brag about this a little bit. So I'm glad you're finding this interesting. Yeah, this was. Like, this is the most I've ever had to, like, get organized for one of these, because I usually just leave it alone, and just leave things in the folder structure. Like, I got a nice organization going for the folders they're in, but usually I'm just like, all media, la-di-da-di-da. But I'm dealing with a good 60 clips that are actually using the dialogue from, and that's just the nominations. So I had to get a little bit more organized than that. Yeah, some of these were definitely interesting for like just trying to get out across the idea of what context we have going on here. So this. Why am I using the seconds instead of the normal time? That was when I was dealing with, right, I was trying to work out a thing with FFmpeg, actually. This time format. Time and frames. Time and frames is what I typically use. But I thought I could save time rendering things out with all these little test pieces if I just push it through FFmpeg and concatenate a bunch of clips together. But the results out of that were pretty poor. So I would try to like cut out a section and put it back together from one of these longer videos that was done rendering, and I didn't want to keep rendering over and over and over again, but got real artifacty towards the beginning of those clips. It might have worked out on like. It worked out better when I was doing like full seconds, I think, and not trying to divide it up by frames, which was the other reason I was doing like seconds. But that still wasn't great. Also, FFmpeg doesn't use frames at all. Do two passes use an FFmpeg? Yeah, that sounds about right. So I was just trying to save render time because FFmpeg finishes or snips out videos like that. But we live and learn. While I'm waiting for things to render out and upload to YouTube, there's not much else I can do in the meantime. So it's not like the time was wasted. Yeah. I remember this clip, just trying to get across the idea that Karen stabbed a guy for that. And then just pulling from a bunch of these clips that we gathered for all of our B-roll. Just because there's so much Odd Taxi, so much JoJo's, so much Spy Family to work with. I was like, who haven't we seen on screen much? We'll get some FF in there. We'll get some of Bryce's guy. We'll get some of Barry Yandel in there, Mr. Excellence. I did want to include the dialogue from this scene, but the visual is strong enough for the "What's up, Chum?" You do audio engineering for a living. Like my Audacity timelines are not very organized at all. Well, actually, they kind of have been. I shouldn't say that. They're decent. When I'm doing audio for the podcast, it's a lot of like, here's everyone's dialogue just as their own row, and then one label row up top, and just go through it chronologically. And it takes me a long time to do that. Clean up as much as possible. Take out as much of the breaths and pauses and talking over each other as possible. To do like a episode of the podcast, my speed's pretty ass, because I can do about 10 minutes of finished audio in an hour. So, and we've got like 3-hour podcasts out there. Oh well. Oh right, all these red dots. So I was running into. This basically means that the audio has been moved out of sync. And I did that because the audio was going into Sony Vegas out of sync for some reason. I don't understand why, and it wasn't happening consistently, but was just one more thing I had to keep track of. And if you find more out of sync clips in that final video, I will be very upset. But I had to get this is like the number of frames I move them by, and that's at 60 frames a second. So that's just like 1/6 of a second, like one lip flap is how much some of these had to move by. Longer the video goes, but still an inconsistent variable frame rate. Yeah, that's possible. If I looked at one of my clips here, like that one that was from Rebecca. This is our organization here. Supporting Rebecca Cyberpunk. Let's pull that up in media info. See what we're actually working with here. APS reference frames. Text. We do, in fact, have constant frame rate mode. Progressive bits per person. Yeah, but you have more leeway if you use 120 seconds. Seems like it would make the problem worse. But interesting. Yeah, I was just using the normal Elgato capture software for a lot of this, which is normally for capturing games. But that worked well for getting around the copyright protection on all of this. Keep that hush-hush, but it worked out well. I remember, Mario, we talked about, was it Streamlink? For trying to capture stuff off of Crunchyroll and Netflix, as opposed to what I did the year before, which was using a virtual machine. That was extremely silly. Okay, so... And it didn't... Well, it wasn't that weird. I don't have the virtual... This is a new computer, so I don't have the virtual machine set up on this, but just dual screen setup, display capture on the virtual machine, full screen that device, give it a bunch of RAM, bunch of CPU cores, and it still would end up with screen tearing. So not doing too much of that. I know the guy that does One Piece dub clips on Twitter, that account, because they have to do is, or what they end up doing is just screen capturing off of Funimation's website, doing the audio capture off of the Microsoft Store. Because again, that's another one that's copyright protection, and just lines those two things up in post, which is just as crazy to me. But we help how we can. I've tried to share that information. And then this is where we get into just getting around the bots. I want to do this as little as possible, but we have to do a little watermarking. I agree that that's insane. And then in addition to the watermarking, we add a little... where's my clip? We just do a little color balance and just the default green highlight bit to add that green tint. That hopefully helps. We also, of course, flip it around. But this is one of the real problem ones. Streamlink and VLC. Yeah, I did use Streamlink into VLC. I do recall this. I just had trouble seeking around a bunch, because then it would get upset at me and try to buffer again. I've got to set up Streamlink again for our stuff. But this system worked where I just played on laptop, feed it into capture card, and don't have to worry about HDCP. Getting the little... I think this one ended up a little out of sync, and I didn't quite notice in time. That's okay. Just all of the roadie stuff was great, that I didn't get to use all of it. Oh, that was a fun frame. Yeah, just all of this B-roll is great. Yeah, I like that frame. Spy Family was another one that caused us copyright problems. I'm glad I didn't have to flip too many of these, too many of these videos, because the backwards text on something like this with all the subtitles would have driven me insane. Glad I got this little... There was enough in here to get this little laugh. She's laughing at him for being a chuny and calling his robot Darkness Killer, aka Docky. Just so many Poochie clips to pull from. I went back and made sure that I had pronunciation right for Yang Ye and Young Yi. Just very, very close names, but neither of them were quite how I would expect them to be said aloud with a English dialect, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I had to do my research there. This was a bit that I realized in post that I had messed up. So let me just fix that now, I guess. I think I had moved a clip forward and then just not cut everything off afterward. Oh, well. Do a little quick save there. All right, my little backing track music. You know, I'm pretty sure there were some folks who came back to play in their iconic roles, and I know someone who might be able to help us with that. Oh no, in my own voice. Yeah, end up just going to, what was it? Epic Sound, I think it was? Endemic Sound? Something like that. Which is a stock music site where you can pay for it. Pay for like an indefinite license. So I just did that way, signed up for the trial, removed the trial, and then, yeah, got the permission for that. I was looking to see if I could slip in like some VTuber music, but nothing was quite like the right tone or like the right beats per minute, I guess. to be like just subtle and in the background music. So this is what we ended up with. Yeah, a lot of these in here, a lot of these returning dubs that were only one-offs. It's like would have liked to use more Tiger and Bunny, but we'll get a little bit there. So that's fine. There's a pretty lengthy clip for Mega Sprite where there was a lot to pull from, but not like a lot that was just Danny. So that's okay. But I think we pulled the best 30 seconds of this, 23 seconds of this. There was a lot of Dr. Stone to pull from as well, but not a lot, especially of Aaron or Senku. So this is what we found. And I would like to include the little button on this, but didn't quite have the room for that, so that ended up in B-roll elsewhere. Billy, I have not yet watched 86 Part 2, so I asked for help on that and then tried to avoid watching as much of the show as possible until I can watch that myself. I do remember that I had put it off until the dub was done, and then the dub finished without Billy. So it's all very sad and unfortunate. Lux Lang, I think, was in a similar situation where there are options, or like lengthy clips, but we can be choosy about that. We get some nice like introductory movie class like character introduction cuts that we can use. Editing with Shadow's house was weird because it's so dark and it's so hard to see anything. So I really want to just like hit you with one of the actual bright scenes first before we go into this scene that is all just the shadows talking. I didn't do this a whole lot, but this is one of the clips where I just led directly from the B-roll into the actual clip, so that this is one interrupted clip and just the audio fades back in. This is extremely good because it's just it was finding the most harmful 10 seconds of the Fruba dub to hit you with, and this was it. So that was fun. Like I started up, I think, this clip, and when Andrew sent them over to me, and I lasted about 10 seconds before I was crying. So that's real strong. I'm numb to it now because I had to watch this like 10 times to review it. Had a lot of options for Jotaro just from these couple of episodes. Ultimately went with this line with a bit of gravitas. I could have easily used this scene as well. But I think it's a little like segmented and interrupted, so that's fine. I think this clip is when I started noticing the audio sync issues. So I was like, so my first thought was, oh, they cut off the line and cut to this other shot after starting the line. But that's like 4 frames, and I would need like 1 lip flap. And that would be an interruption if I was doing this as a edited clip, but that's where I need to start the clip. So what I'll do is I will add like a couple frames. I will steal a couple frames from here and just add like 1 lip flap to the front of this. Turns out that was all pointless and just insane. And what I actually needed to do was just move the whole audio clip over half a second. And then the rest of this was just cutting around to the most visually interesting stuff from this clip. It's a little out of order, but this is about right. It is a very funny clip though, so I didn't mind too much. Like the ending on this, where is it? Rar, gur. It's very strong.
Them. Grr. I fear that.
It's very strong. This was I got a couple clips for Kaguya-sama to work with. Ultimately, just use this one for the visual. Oh, I'm missing the part from the front of this where she just like wraps her fingers around that couch cushion to heighten the moment. There's a lot of great stuff from this much longer clip, but this is the key piece of this. I mostly just went for
Up and have affairs!
That's correct.
those cute little whines that Alexis was doing. I think was the deciding factor on choosing that clip. And then we're back here, so I can pull from some more B-roll from Alexis. I gave myself a lot of options for Demon Slayer as well. I was trying not to be too spoilery with it, even though I love some of the acting in these scenes. So like, it's just an out of context shot of a demon head crying. Don't worry about it. There's that B-roll from Dr. Stone I mentioned before. Gotta say, character name, Brittany's character. I really like this shot and their friendship, so that deserves to be in there. Some stuff from a 86 clip I didn't use because I couldn't get it past the copyright bots. It had some of Hiroyuki Sawano's music in it, and that was not going to fly, sadly. So we end up going with this as a backup clip. But hey, Jonah is also great in that dub, and I think he was our clip from last year as well, so that works fine. Again, pulling stuff from the end of the clip forward, just silly stuff. Find in the most hurtful seconds here, and then end on the joke. I think I let this one go through just to get all of that sound, and I let it lead into the next clip a little bit in a nice L cut. I wasn't doing too much of that, but that's okay. I do like the action scenes here with Demon Nezuko, but I was trying to not go too hard on some of the gore. If I could help. Ooh, I didn't see that in impact frame before. And really carefully scrutinize this. Nice. Oh, there's that ufotable polish and CG composing. So like here, there's just a crotch shot behind all this text. So, you know what? That's fine, and we can leave that there. Yep. And this was hard to choose just 30 seconds of this, but it got most of the major characters in there for this arc anyway. Not Brandon's character, though. But that will have been a spoiler, so we will leave Brandon out of it. That's okay. Yep. This whole scene is great, but it's about a minute long, so I just put some of the other antics towards the front here. And we can actually use the context provided at the front. We're just missing a little bit of Aaron Roberts making the big like woo face. It's like, please, sir. Yeah, a lot of great stuff from Ryusuke. This isn't technically for Ryusuke, but he is the best part of this. They just put Bakugo in Dr. Stone, and it's great. I love this little yell from Tatum.
Count straight? Think you mean two.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
I don't quite understand what you mean.
Ryusuke is also
There are many
just
types
great.
of ladies, but they're all beautiful in their own right. Am I wrong?
My pansexual idol. We didn't get any Francois yet, but hopefully there's more to come there. A lot of great stuff from this scene, so I just added the bit of Yuta's collar getting grabbed by the scruff. and we found the most impactful 30 seconds there. This I want to cut together a bit differently and use the scene directly before this as the audio that had a bunch of Kristen's narration. But it also had a bunch of Kevin Bacon's soundtrack, so that was also a no-go, unfortunately. And his soundtrack's just all over the episodes, so this is the best we could do. It is also a fine scene, so that's fine. I just think the narration was a bit stronger than the kind of the and ah character acting. Made a stronger case. Just pulling from the My Hero trailer for all this clip. One thing I could have spent more time like scrutinizing was audio balances, because this one's really loud and this one's really quiet. I was mostly just paying attention to our master meter out here, and if it was like within a couple decibels, I just left it. As long as you're not riding the volume slider, everything's fine. Ah, yes. And this was the Tiger and Bunny clip I went with, because it contained the word "I think I might be a feminist," which is extremely funny considering this character. So I had to leave it in. I don't care if chuds get mad about it, or if it doesn't contain either main character. It made me laugh, so it gets in. Yeah, a lot of the ensemble stuff is pulling from a lot of the big ensembles, especially. It's like Cyberpunk, lots of characters to pull from there. Odd Taxi, lots of characters. Orbital Children, we had a bunch there. Never didn't find a spot for Giancarlo, unfortunately. Man, that was a fine clip. I did a little thing here to make this clip fit, because there was just a much lengthier pause here before the next line. But I got that to fit in. I can't be wasting anyone's time with this, even if I understand the cinematic choices. This one was definitely like, this is here for this line.
Want to get all ripped like Haji?
That was Andrew's suggestion, and I definitely agree with him. Another one where like the sound led into the next scene, and I didn't want to cut away, so I just kept this still shot on screen for a little while longer to help sell the joke a little better. Because this goes away in like, this is only on screen for like 2 frames, and we need a little bit more for that. This entire nonsense with FF and the drink, it's pretty great, but this is about all we have room for. The only thing I didn't like about this clip is that it has this big long section in the middle where no one's on screen and no one's talking. And I think I got hit for copyright from that. But it worked out on the good upload, so that's fine. If I could have like cut on the music, I think it would have been okay. Could have gotten away with more. Oh, the laid back camp clip. So this whole section, I needed all of this for it to flow properly. But this was like 35 seconds long. So I just did a bunch of cutting here just to try to get any little bit of time I could. Speed up some clips here, cut out a couple seconds here, leave in like just the audio effect. It also is well timed for the comedy, so maybe spoiled that a little bit, but we deal with that. Get it sync with the audio effects, but leave in just like the little beats. Like this whole section where she like looks up is much longer because they're holding on that. And they're thinking about it real hard. And they're slowly panning in. And all that. But then this whole section was pretty alright. And we end on the very strong splat. So it works. That was a pain in the ass. Again, I just have so much Odd Taxi B-roll to pull from, just with all these other characters. This was an art that I thought wouldn't quite fit with the lip sync that I had going on. I think Gory answers his phone at the very end of this clip. But it worked out that I could cut it down right before that. Yeah. There's not a lot happening in the front end of this clip, so I just used the B-roll to provide a bit more context. I wanted to end on the, you're alright, he does sound like a jerk.
Heart.
Yeah, well, that's true. He does act like a total jerk.
Sorry.
So that's probably the strongest bit in the clips I had access to. Yeah, had to do a lot for this Ranking Kings clip to get fit correctly. Because you need to get the context in here that he's talking about a blind man, a blind and deaf man. But I think that worked. Requiem of the Rose King, we could just use some of the strong imagery here. So that's okay, but some of these brighter ones got hit for everything 3 in a row. It was very rude of the copyright bots to do a sturdy like that. We had a lot of Spy Family clips to pull from, so we have to fit that face in there somewhere. But I was just really pleased with the animation in this clip, so that's why it got included. Just really bouncy and Anya going on. And look at her; she's going so fast. She's in 3 places at once. Just really bouncy animation there. And I had the 3 main characters in it, so that's fine. Probably would have included some of the other cast that shows up in that scene, but that's okay. Some nice little B-roll there. Get all that team spirit together. I think, was this the bit that had one... I think there's 1 frame of Corpse Husband in here that's that I couldn't suss out. And doesn't appear here, but does appear on the render. So there's a nice little Corpse Husband jump scare going on. And then just dub of the year, going for some of the strong imagery. There was a note in the script for Hardy makes a All Might impression. Not that I had All Might clips to pull from, so you know what? This is the next closest thing, and it works. The Bochi draws some buff dudes. And some strong imagery from Rose King. Cute little scene with from the first episode there. This was another clip I was considering for Lucy. But I was like, yeah, that's strong enough to pull from. This was another little bit from the end of the next clip. I sped it up a little as well because there was a bit here where she held on this pose for much longer. But we just sped that. Worked to get the best 30 seconds out of here. There are some other stronger bits before and after, but it's pretty lengthy, and because it's a movie, it really lets you sink in it. I wanted to use this clip for more, but just because I really like this visual. But it ended up working fine for B-roll for the same reason, so that's fine. I'm just getting the nicest bit here. And we cut right before Emmy goes in for the kiss. Ran into similar things here that I did with the laid back camp clip, is that I need everything from this front to back. Well, that was more than 30 seconds, so we really just cut it down as much as possible. Move some of the sounds around. Sped up some sections when nothing's on screen, yada yada. Cut a lot of the long pauses that are there for effect, but don't help us here. Yeah. Move some of this stuff around. This is nice just for a little transition, because I think that's what it's actually used for in the show as well. And then just some nice bouncy animation here on Gwess. I forget who plays her. Fang in the Jolene clip would have been fun, but that's okay. The other thing with JoJo I was worried about was a bit of the blood and gore, because this is not a TV cut. Gets to be on Netflix, so there's no black fog preventing that. So you just get to enjoy all of that for the number of frames is on screen. But I mean, we had to include Kira's aura. No reason not to. This whole clip is great, and it's like 2 minutes long. Wish I could have included the whole thing, but it's all the same cute noises. So you know what? We can pull out the end of that, and it's fine. Lots of great wistful looks in Marin's direction in Muddud. But yeah, like this is the strongest stuff here. It feels like the point of the show. And we use capoeira as B-roll for a second time. I think this one is the one where I cheated and just sped it up a little bit to get the whole thing to fit. Just a little touch. A whole bunch of strong stuff, strong material in here for Ranking of Kings. And it was just pulling out the strongest 30 seconds. Cutting it down. Spy Family, I knew pretty quick what I was doing with this, and just this was the hardest one to get past the censors. I really was starting to consider just going for a different clip at this point, like I was with like I did with like 86. Oh well. There we got some corpse husband B-roll, so not a secret, or not a surprise frame. Oh, that's okay. When Lenti shared the nomination video, she pulled this screenshot, so I feel good about that. And this one again, I picked this one because
Son of a whore!
Language.
made me laugh. And then we sign off with Noah. More of this B-roll, or not B-roll, more of this Foley work to just sell the fake phone. And yeah. At that point, I probably could have just done a commentary video and talked over the whole thing. But that's fine. How did I make all this small again? Zoom out timeline. There we go. And there's our whole timeline. I appreciate it. The praise definitely from the other hosts while I was just uploading clips definitely kept me going. Oh, that reminds me. Enjoy the Samurai Jack stuff. Because I was going to just show off a little bit the naming convention stuff that was going on. So I was like, oh, jinkies, maybe I can get this past the censors. Because I was uploading a bunch of just test video stuff. I did all this resampling stuff to diagnose the ghosting issue. And it ended up just being force resample on everything. Or disable resample on everything. It was one of those two. And I can finally delete all this stuff that's taken up a lot of space on my hardware drive. But yeah, a lot of these were just like tests I either ran to see how it looked or to get it past the sensors. Here's just a taste of the stuff I was trying to do. This is how my naming convention started going. Final Part 1. Viewer's Choice Final for Real Part 2. Final for Real No Do-Overs Part 3. Final Season Part 4. Mappa, I Swear to God. Final Part 5. I'm Going to Become the Joker. Final part is a Fantasy 6. I think I was going for Final Fantasy 6 joke there. Clown emoji. A lot of clown emoji. That was the final one. This one was for Double the Year section. But Doctor, I am Pagliacci. I am not just a clown. I think I had one just after this that says I'm the entire circus. This one was just for Bureau Ensemble. Yeah. Ensemble Stage 2, Denial. Ensemble 3, Bargaining. I think things are a little bit out of order there, but I skipped past Anger, so that's good. That one only took 3 to get past the sentence, so that's fine. Returning. Your return. Return of the... Yeah, whatever. I think this one was like number 6, and it's my hero with the steel chair at the end of that one. Because everything was working great, and then my hero got hit for something. So I can finally clean all this up, so that part's great. And then just my work here, getting the thumbnail going while I was working on another upload. Try to get good coverage of everyone. Our boy from Given is a little generic, ultimately, but he deserves to be on the thumbnail. Anyways, that I think is my just chatting portion of the stream out of the way. And we can go back to our regularly scheduled Fire Emblem fun. It has just kind of been sitting here waiting, but thanks for coming along with me for that. For the past hour. Yeah, I was live for like 20 minutes before I actually went live. And now I have to think about Fire Emblem again for the first time in 2 weeks. I have not given it any mind at all. Is any of this even... Oh. Is any of this even working? Okay, good. Let's take a moment to change over our career dashboard. We need to edit our stream just a bit. Valentia, not Valentine's. Nothing else. Fire Emblem echoes shouts over Valentia. There we go. Now what the heck were we doing? I think there was not much to do left on Celica's side, I assume? I don't think we explored the interior. So there might be something that comes up after that. You look like recruitable characters, if I recall correctly. And there's actually quite a bit left to do on Alm's side. We really just got across the river and then fought Ian Sinclair. So I'm going to take a peek in here, and then if it's a dead end for a bit, we'll go back to Alm. All right.
Greetings,
our not-so-secret brother.
No need to be bashful. I merely speak the truth. Growing up at the villa, you always were my favorite sibling. Small wonder. What with my mother being Regalian, the other siblings and their mothers always kept me at arm's length. But you and Liprica were always kind to me, and I appreciated it.
This feels very weird.
Don't look thrilled. I'm sorry. Is it hard hearing stories of the past? I understand.
The upscaler missed a sprite frame.
I've been in hiding ever since. For me, memories of you from the villa are some of my only happy ones.
Well, thanks for trauma dumping on me, I guess.
My family? Oof. It's been forever since I've seen them, honestly. They were strict, I guess you'd call it. Do this, wear that, stop being friends with whomever. I got fed up and took off. I guess some folks just need to live by that kind of tight framework. Me railing against that wasn't going to make anyone happy, you know? So I figure I'll find my own place where I can live in a way that does.
It seems kind of deep for that guy. Shall we go to the basement? Oh, this is just a dungeon. Order. Who's all coming along and who has to stay behind? Ooh, we've got 2 people that can upgrade. I didn't even notice. And Conrad's a Pegasus Knight and weak as shit. Actually, no, he should be close to upgrading as well. Sonya, we need to bring along because she's got some training to do. I want to bring along the Falcon Knights because they are bosses at these. Same with Genny. You've got Seraphim, so you get to come along. Atlas does deserve to be trained, but we need everyone. Yeah, like they're close enough in level. Ooh, you've got the Blessed Lance. I think... Is this... Yeah, this is the one that provides recovery that we got to use in that side chapter. All right, I'll leave the mage users behind, and that will be a mistake. Well, that's fine. We'll save, so we can come back here and make the same mistake. Smashing all the barrels for the 1 rupee that they hold. Yeah, exactly. Come here. It's definitely worth it and not a waste of time. We've already found a side path. Oh, never mind. That other way was a dead end, and that's not the side path. Gotta come back here. Celica, why do you make those noises? They're making me uncomfortable. Could you please stop? I think I might have done a little training last week. Off screen. I did like 1 of these weeks. Why is there a big open area here? That's concerning. That should not be. I don't actually even know if there's an altar or shrine at the end of this.
This marks
I assume there should be.
The Sage's Hamlet.
Oh, the map continues this way.
I've heard it said a curious power is at work in these woods, and that the trees themselves conspire to hide the path to the hamlet. I'm grateful we have you to lead the way. So then, brother, which way do we head first?
Yeah. See, this was actually my first time leaving the woods alone, and I'm not exactly sure how to, get back. But hey, adventure. We'll just find the path together.
Yes, adventure. Shall we get started then?
Oh, we're still in the dungeon then. Interesting.
This wood is thick and dark. It plays havoc with one's sense of direction. The tall stone pillars stand as sentinels, keeping watch over our intrusion.
I bet it would be a problem if I didn't have a map on my bottom screen. Now, where are the rupees? This seems ominous. I'm sure nothing bad will happen if I break one of these. Appears I cannot. Ooh, a tombstone. This'll be fun. Follow the people to reach the hamlet. Let's see. Should I perhaps just follow the normal path? Follow the towers to reach the treasure. So, people for the hamlet, towers for the treasure. I see. Oh, you look like fun. Come back here, buddy. Did you just burst into flames, my guy? I think this is back towards the beginning. Oh, we found the shrine.
Never
Say,
thought
bro,
I'd
you got to
wind
say.
up all the way in the damn belly of the Empire. Not like it's a huge problem or nothing. I'm just saying, I mean, oh, hell. Might as well spill it. I'm Regalian. No deal to me one way or the other. Just didn't think I'd ever be back is all. Don't have too many good memories of the place. But nostalgia's a funny thing.
I guess that's a revelation. Ooh, there are 3 exits out here. Enter treescape. I guess it really wouldn't matter which way I went. Mila, change class. All these characters only have one thing to change into anyway. Get us up to a dread fighter. With their weird fucking fire rings.
All right then. Challenge accepted.
Saber, how are you doing that all your stats are... That, like, basically all your stats had to be buffed? I guess your defense was fine. Resistance is a big deal, so... Glad we have that going on. Apote. Halves damage from magic. Okay, yeah. All that's great. That's all just great. We'll max out that Brave Sword soon enough. Jesse, you're also getting up to a Dread Fighter. Congratulations. You all worked very hard.
My body is your plaything, Mila.
I'm sorry? I wonder, how did these work out? Because it might be that Jesse may have ended up better than Saber. I think it did, just from the growth rates. Ended up with more luck and speed. And basically the same, and more resistance. Yeah, so no stat worse than Saber. Oh well. I don't think it matters which way we leave from here.
Leave this to me. Leave this to me.
Where are these spots? Just stones? Okay. Oh yeah, these guys are weaklings. I see. Is this just like a big grinding area? That'd be sweet. They seem like pushovers. Oh, I've heard about these support conversations. One of the only supports that Genny or Sonya get.
Oh, hello, tiny one. Hello, tiny one.
Hello.
Hey now, there's no reason to shy away, unless I did something.
Speaking of Terra Sands,
No, you didn't. It's just, I don't really handle people like you very well.
Well, that's certainly ominous. Care to expand a little? All right then. Sorry,
isn't that a little rude?
I'll keep my distance from now on, okay?
No,
Oh, I guess we do it for cover.
I can handle this.
Oh, a bunch of these guys have also been damaged. Wow.
You want it? You got it. You got it.
7 move, just get right up in there. Where'd all these arts come from? Anyways.
Let us proceed.
I should maybe test this out. This also helps grind weapon levels, so that part's nice.
I can feel the wind. You're so strong.
All right.
It's so tough and cool. I keep forgetting Brave doesn't double tech. It is the killing edge of the game, and just has a high crit.
Always this easy.
All right. I was going straight, so let's continue in this direction, which just meets up in the same location again. We are following the towers, looks like. And we have found a treasure. Looks good. Ooh. Silver. Ooh. That's pretty cool. And now we have to find our way back in. So that's back to the temple. And if we get back to our main path here... Oh, there's another treasure box up that way. We're getting over to the people, it looks like. Yeah, let's just come over... Surprise this guy from behind. And now we have a bunch of mage killers.
I can handle this.
Just need either hit. I need both to hit to succeed. Oh well.
I'm ready to roll.
Ready to roll. Quick heal there.
Leave this to me.
No issues for Pegasus Knight.
I'll handle this myself.
Just a little quick attack here because you are close to leveling up.
Let us proceed.
And just we'll work on mastering Beloved Sophia because I've not used that one nearly enough.
They're amazing, really. At your service.
All of these cool combat arts I had no idea I had access to.
I'll handle this.
Big kills. Now what was I doing? We were following the towers. Ooh. Silver Lance. That means there's more out here. In this big, like, open area. Well, a silver coin popped out. But we missed the guy. That looks like an exit there. Feels like an exit, I should say. Or maybe not. Maybe there's just a bunch of exits. Alright, that one looks like a legit exit then. Okay. You know that trick for navigating a maze is you just keep following the right-hand wall. Wherever it goes. And you'll get there. Silver bow. I don't think there's another class of weapons I need to concern myself with. Yeah, outside of... 'cause I don't think this game has any axes. Oh no, it's got like one devil axe thing. That basically anyone can pick up. But I think that's everything. And if not, I would just navigate it again. Are we back here or are we free?
Not like it's a huge.
Enter treescape. So we're back to it. I see. And we're back to the front of it. Okay. Oh. Got caught unawares.
Let us proceed. Let us proceed. I can handle this. I can handle this.
Leave this to me. Leave this to me.
I was hoping you'd leave something behind for the rest of us, but that's okay.
Patch yourself up, quickly.
All right, I'll handle this.
I'm ready to roll.
Guess we gotta use psychic for that.
I'll handle this myself.
I want you dead.
Brute force.
But we don't always get what we want, so...
You want it? You got it. You got it.
Leave them to me. Leave them to me.
Just real dead.
At your service. At your service.
It goes to 9. I guess we gotta wait there. Yeah, go for the best target. You do that. Let's see how this goes. It'll be very similar. Or we could all miss all the time. Hit him through with magic.
I'd call that a...
Alright. Goal now is to follow the peephole to get home. To the hamlet. This is looking more appropriate. I guess I just came from that direction. So down this way. Let's see what we can find. Turn desktop audio. No, this looks like the way I came. So it's got to be this way. And then up this way. Come here, moneybags.
I'm unstoppable.
Yeah, there we go. Just nice, big level. The Entombed.
At your service. I can handle this.
You can handle this. I believe in you. Full level up for you.
Feeling pretty. You must heal yourself.
You know, 1 point of defense is going to help, so.
Quite the inspiration. Let us proceed.
And just more XP for everybody.
May the strength.
I don't think this side was lagging behind at all, but this is helpful. I'm not going to turn it down.
You can count on me.
Just what I was after. Cut just before he disappeared.
I'm unstoppable.
Do it all again.
Let us proceed.
Leave this to me.
I just love. I'm ready to roll.
Sure you are.
Goodness, I can handle this.
Good enough. It's a little risky for her. Let's see.
Take care of those wounds.
I guess both of you just got promoted. You can handle taking some kills. Now, where are those people-shaped statues again? So I've lost track of those. And they may have all been towards the beginning. Oh, this looks promising. Yeah, there we go. There's our shrine. I'm not going to have to do this again, so let's just use the shrine now. Who needs some more defense? Probably one of these people that's going to be in the front lines. Like Celica. Like Saber. Maybe Leon, but definitely Jesse. Maybe one of you, maybe some of you. Yeah, makes sense to give it to that. Sacred Spring is run dry. That's fine. Da-da-dun. And we're free. Hello, random young miss. Examine. Stonewall? We've made it to the hamlet. The gate. Firewood. You first.
This place is called the Sage's Hamlet. The great sage Halcyon's magic shields us from evil. If you wish to speak with him, you'll find him at his home.
Did I just hear that we're getting a late game sage old man character?
I had no intention of going back to the front lines to fight, you know. I actually wanted to open a shop with my love and live like a normal girl. But right when I got that chance, it all turned around and, well, here I am. My sisters say
who's
that
your
being the
love?
youngest, I'm good at adapting to situations. But being adaptable doesn't mean much when your luck is as terrible as mine. They think I've had it pretty easy, but it's actually been tough for me.
I'm sure it has, dear.
Sometimes I wish they could understand that a bit more.
Growing up, I had 2 older sisters. The eldest was stern.
Yone-chan has One-chans.
The middle one was smart and mature, and also marched to her own beat. The 3 of us were inseparable back at the Priory. We waited for our father to come get us, yet knew the day would never come. But that was a lifetime ago, and they're both gone now.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it and call you old. That would have been impolite of me. Smithy. What can we do with any of this? Examine. Can we steal some drinking water? Maybe some weapons or 2? No, that's... we actually have to buy them here.
Welcome!
Ooh. We could forge the Brave Sword into something slightly better. And then into one of these things that might be a trap. That's looking like a cursed weapon. I don't think I will do that. But what are the options here? We have a silver sword that we can make slightly better. Brave swords. Yeah, that would turn it into a Shao sword. Let's not do that. Actually, could we turn the Shadow Sword into something different? I would like that. I see. We can uncurse the sword. That's cool. I don't think there's anything else I was too concerned with. Blessed Lance is cool. Silver bow. Doesn't evolve into anything. Steel sword might be neat to evolve eventually, but that's fine.
Many thanks.
Alright, let's move around a little bit more. Meeting hall. Wine. We're claiming this for in the name of Milla. Sweet cookie. Ooh, a ring? Cool equipment. Grimoire ring. I wonder what... I don't think I have one of those yet. Talk here, man and woman.
Do you all really mean to fight Jeddah? I urge you to reconsider. He's a terrifying man. If you must fight him, there's only one way. 4, 8, 12. It hurts.
I mean, we've got like 24 guys.
Curse.
My guy?
Conrad's mother was of Regalian noble birth. She was forced to wed the king of Zofia in order to procure food for Regal. Can you imagine such a fate? My blood boils to even think of it.
I guess we are in Regalia now. And they don't think highly of Sophia. But, what happened to our guy? Our bro. Come on. The clearing. Oh, peddlers?
Hello there. I'm a traveling peddler of sorts. If there's anything you might like, I'll see that your item.
Right. Our limited uses
Well,
of the
yes, I am a
peddler.
traveling merchant. If you need to get an item, just give me one item.
Leaving it. Like, it's the limited uses that have me not wanting to use
good
these
day.
guys.
My packs. Just give me a name.
I was expecting something in return by now.
This whole area has been tainted. The legacy of Dalton Garcia's wicked experiments. I had always thought
I wonder who those two
Rudolph
are.
a wise man, but only a fool would suffer the abuses of the Duma faithful to grow so bold. If I'm honest, I'm cheering for Zophia's deliverance in all this.
Halcyon was once a priest of the Duma faithful. There, he struggled against Jeddah, who sought to rule by force and terror. But in the end, he was driven out. This place has been his hermitage ever since.
His hermit purple. Da, da, da. Nothing here. All right, let's go recruit the old guy. But first, steal his stuff. Those seem like good items. I think they're like important in Persona as well. Memory prism. Stack of books. It's fine, nobody's here. Gah! Where'd you come from?
Sage Halcyon, sir? I'm...
Celica, child of fate. I'm glad you've come.
Child of Fate. You're not the first to call me that. But I have no idea where my fate lies. Please, Halcyon, grant me guidance. Tell me what fate holds for me. I'm so lost. I don't know what to do.
I know you have suffered much along the path here, Celica. But I fear I ken no more of anyone's fate than you do. What I do ken, however, is this. Two things exist to guide you. One is the brand you bear. The other is your soul's pair with the self-same mark.
The self-same... Do you mean Ohm?
Indeed.
Now,
Why were you born
does soul's pair mean siblings? Or does it mean soulmates?
These are the questions you must consider. And always remember that you are not alone.
Oh.
Right. Thank you, Sage Halcyon.
Of course, child. But while I cannot read the future, my magic may yet assist you. If there is anything you wish for, tell me.
I wish nothing for myself, but I am worried for Ohm. Please, if such a thing is possible, use your powers to help him.
The other child of fate? Yours is a generous heart. Very well.
Halcyon has joined Ohm's
What
party.
just happened?
I sent my powers onto Alm. With them, he will be able to draw on new
How does-
strength beyond himself.
I'm sure I'll explain in a second,
Need
but how does this
only
work?
will for it.
Oh, thank you, Halcyon.
Oh, is this finally how we get the
Tell
the
me,
upgrade for Ohm? I see.
do you wish to see Alm?
What? Well, of course I do, but I doubt Ohm is eager to see me. I said terrible things to him when we last
Now we
parted.
just get to steamroll the rest of Ohm's side.
Fire of youth at work. All the more reason to meet and speak again, no? I can send you to him if you desire it. Not your physical form, but a projection of your mind. Enough to speak, at least.
Is that really possible?
It is. Close your eyes, child.
Is this how we get the Celica ghost in later chapters? In later cutscenes? Ooh!
I heard my name.
It's a ghost.
It's me. It's Celica.
Celica? How are you here? Actually, where are you? Come out already!
I can't believe I actually
that's
have
nice.
this chance.
Celica! Is this just an illusion? Is it really you?
Yes, it's me. Sage Halcyon's magic is allowing me to speak with you. Oh, I've missed you
I see
so
that she's
much.
part ghost and see-through. She has very thin arms.
You too.
Listen,
Or they're like phasing through each other.
Whoa, what's wrong? Celica? Did something happen? Are things not going as well as you'd hoped? Ugh, I wish you were here in person. I don't know what to... Please don't cry.
You're not angry? I said such terrible things to you back at the castle.
Huh? Wait, that's been bothering you?
It has been kind of
You
a,
said you didn't seem to see my side of things, but I'd never get mad at you.
it has been kind of like a dumb romance plot happening here.
Why not?
But
You sure do like putting me on the spot.
there we go. At least we're past that, I guess.
Years ago?
I suppose we did.
Oh,
You were always so
little
nice
sniff.
to me while I'm always thinking only of myself. I'm sorry,
Celica, what's wrong?
I finally remembered why I left the island in the first place. I'm going to see Duma.
What? No! Celica, the Duma faithful are... It's too dangerous. There's no telling what they'll do to you.
Even so, I have to go. Milla wasn't in her temple,
Huh? What does that mean?
Emperor Rudolph attacked. She's being held captive in Duma Tower. That must be the reason why Sophia's land has gone barren.
No. The Emperor?
And that's why I must go. I have to free Milla. I'm the only one who can.
Wait, Celica. I finally figured it out, but... You're the Princess of Sophia, aren't you? Princess Antise.
Oh, good. We're all getting caught up.
I guess my secret's out.
We're putting away all the dumb tropes now, finally. Or we're past them.
Forgive me, Celica. But don't worry. I promise I'll get your kingdom back. So please, promise me in turn that you won't...
It's kind of you,
I promise nothing.
But I have to. Just winning this war isn't enough.
What? I don't understand.
It'll be clear to you soon. I'll do everything I can here. Please, just be safe.
Celica? Wait! Celica! Celica!
Ba-da-dung. Anyways, let's leave the hamlet now. What? I don't like the name of that award. I guess it's appropriate for what it's called, but not when I wanted to see that. Actually, enter quickly. Okay, so this is how we get across this big long. Move. I just want to go talk to the sage again, see if there's anything else up.
Duma Tower is just ahead.
Alright. So I could well just end things on the Celica side.
This place is called the Sage...
I didn't know Valbar before he hired me. We just happened to meet up. Turned out to be a fine little adventure, all in all. Truth be told, I don't know what I'm gonna do once it's over. Still, I feel like it scratched my wanderlust itch for the time being. Maybe I'll settle down for a while. See what kind of life I can build.
Won't that be nice? Valbar, what do you have to say
Guess our
about
little
that?
trip ends once we get to the tower. It wound up being a lot more than
It's
just
sounding
a
like
stroll
that,
to
yeah.
the Temple of Milla. Anyway,
I guess they have left us
glad I got
a
the chance to travel with you.
the end game
Never thought
and
about
the
what I'd do after Barth, but you gave me purpose.
yeah. They've left us the end game and a spot to grind. So
That's a princess for you,
I think we'll be all right.
You and your friends are a great group. It's been fun.
Oh, another sprite that
Thanks
missed
for letting
getting
me see it
upskilled.
through to the end.
And I missed your message by a couple minutes, but good night, Mario. We will see you around. Exit. Exit. We don't want to exit that way. That would be just trouble. I guess we're talking to everyone.
We're almost to Duma Tower and the end of our travels. It's been a rough
Yes,
journey,
yes.
but I'm still kind of sad to see it end. I always thought my whole life would pass without me ever leaving the island. But I've gotten to experience so much, and for that, I'm thankful. I hope you'll let me stay by your side to the bitter end.
Well, don't call it
You
a
want to
bitter
hear
end.
about the night the villa was burned? My mother's handmaiden snuck me out through an underground passage. When I asked about you, they told me you died. I remember running through the night, half blind from crying. We didn't stop till we crossed into Rigel, where I settled in the hamlet. After that, it was long days of sword practice and studying under Halcyon. Not to mention doing all his cleaning and cooking and laundry. I didn't mind. He was hiding me, and it's not like there were servants around. So if you ever get hungry, just say the word and I'll whip up something tasty.
Well, that's nice of you. So take the other exit out of here. Save. And that's 1, 2, straight shot to Duma Tower. Oh. Where is a shrine that we can abuse? I guess back this way. As long as the mobs aren't coming out to us here, I think we'll be okay. Order. Does anyone else need to go upgrade? Looks like we're okay. Explore. Let's find the shrine and get out. That's all. I think we've been exploring through here pretty deep another time. Oh. Oh, there's only 2. Sure to jinx that immediately. It's like, wow, there's only 2 guys here. Big hits.
Stand aside!
Easy pickings.
Leave this guy for the mage users.
Watch me go!
Looks good. This is in fact a crit.
I'm glad you're here.
Better.
The mother walks with me.
We have that
Nothing will
expel.
stop me.
Excuse me. Expel effect to abuse again. Hey, supports for Delthea. What does she have to talk about?
Mind if I tug on your ear for a sec? If that crass phrase means you wish to speak with me, then please proceed. It's about your bro. You know, Clive.
Oh, they're both
I
sisters.
really like him. He's so dashing, Plus, he's all cultured and stuff.
He's also very
I can
married.
hardly blame you for having such refined tastes. I adore my brother, and so I understand why you might be smitten with him. But I fear his
Let's
heart
be
belongs
very
to
careful here.
Matilda. Ooh, Matilda. Gods, why did I even bother asking?
Wow, that.
All right, let's go.
Ooh, that was delicious. All right, what happens if I just hit expel? Goodbye.
One day I'll be like you.
Just say the word.
Black magic. Get shit on. Ooh.
Leave this to me.
Come at me, fools!
Just causing trouble for everyone. Are you both paladins at this point? Yeah, somehow you are both paladins. Let's do a subdue hit. I guess that doesn't actually matter. But we'll do it anyway. Subdue.
All right, sure.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with Faye getting the level there. Battle complete. Dun, 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 dun. Right, the gargoyles. Let's hope that they stay asleep. Not that they're a real problem, but I see they've decided to chase me. Just don't fuck up. Change class. I guess he's been doing pretty good. Oh, he needs to upgrade speed and luck. From his fighter class. Looking good.
Now I'll show them what I can really do.
Ooh. Has access to bows now. Which makes him kind of unique in that he can use 2 weapons.
Well, we're finally on Imperial soil. Pretty nice dirt, if I'm being honest. And here I thought I would just waste away in little old Ram Village. That's what my pa's pa, and his pa before him did. It's a shame commoners' lives have to be so damned common. Huh? You think it'll change? You think we can change it? Well, it'd be nice if commoners had the same shot at knighthood as nobles. Heck, if we build that world,
I see.
maybe the folks I've had to kill can forgive me. Or maybe not.
Oh, so we are acknowledging war crimes.
When I first enlisted, the deliverance was short-handed. And yet, the men running it were still all knights of noble birth. Only one of them paid any heed at all to my or Python's exploits. That's right. It was Sir Clive. He made me a lieutenant even when the others cried no. Then he made sure Python was taken care of as well. I'm not sure Python fully appreciates it, but that's a separate issue. With so many people opposing me, I knew I'd never
He
truly
does it his
be their
own
equal.
way.
But the chance Sir Clive gave me meant something, and I shall never forget it. I swore to follow that man to the ends of Valentia if he asked.
I actually don't want to enter the dungeon, venture further into the dungeon. I want to leave as soon as possible. Okay, good. That only activates if I go the wrong way. Goodbye. And now we've got a nice cape and shield. Feeling very cool. With our quick little trip. Save progress. I see the witches are coming for us now. Will they come across the water, though? Looks like no. Never mind. They came straight for us. Forget I said anything. What are we doing here? So we have you to warp somebody. If we can get people to you to warp. Which might be the hard part.
All right, let's go.
The mother walks with me. Watch me go!
Just say the word.
You're at least defending something
Leave this to me.
big there. Oh, all of you have shit resistance.
Allow me.
Oh, you've got at least got the resistance lance, so that's helpful.
Just leave it to me. Nothing will stop me.
Alright, we're at least faster than you. So that works. This is all bad. I don't like any of this. This team's not set up to take hits from mages. Alright. Warp you out that way. I mean, it's not like anyone else I would send over could help more. And I only have the one mage, and her job right now is to warp people over. Instead of giving anyone healing.
Shall we then?
Stand back.
Fine, twist my arm.
Just looking for a guarantee. That'll do. I think Lucas can otherwise handle it. That's a good level up. Resistance 2. Good enough, I think. There we go. That worked.
I'm in fine.
Good level up. Alright, and out of range of the nastiest options. Okay. We might be okay.
Everything seems...
Ooh, new skill? They've gone and teleported. But you know what? That means they're in the fight now. What did you attack back with? Do I need to be giving you a bow? And you have a self-heal recovery? Yeah, that's just got the range 1. So yeah, no, you just have all these options now. Very cool. And we'll figure out the rest from here. Don't you worry, guys. We'll get you back. We'll get you into the fray somehow. But if they're choosing to come after us, that's all the better. Aura, fire. Aura, fire. I guess it's the same either way, so. Cool, cool, cool.
Is it okay for the guy?
The gods to pick favorites? No, no, it's not. Oh, so many options. So many ways that you die. I think this is the guarantee, though, so let's do that. We hit the critical on the first try. Perfect. No, we shouldn't get greedy. Let's just take what we can, like a silver purse. Make sure we guarantee some kills here.
I'll do what I can.
Played a little safe. %99 odds that you definitely die. Ooh, unlocked Tempest Lance. Can we repeat results here? No, we can't. I mean, we could, but why risk it?
Come at me, fools!
That went better than expected. That map's a little tricky. But we made it through somehow. I'm going to save quickly and then take a quick break, I think. But I do want to keep playing for a little bit longer. So, quick break. I'll catch y'all in a minute or two. Thank you. BRB. Welcome back. Well, so I got a little bit of the maple fudge. I went and did the touristy things while we were there in Niagara. So, you know, that involves maple treats. Real tasty, real rich. Mouth is already up and watering. Alright, so I guess we have to fight. We've gotten quite strong, so I guess we have to fight some of these strong units now. Like the Nui Baba. Up over to Rudolph. I wonder which way we'll be meant to go when we get here. Whether it's up to Duma Tower or Regal Castle.
Where do these woods lead exactly?
To Fear Mountain, home to Nui Baba of the Duma Faithful. Most would cross the Rigel Plains to the west to reach the Imperial Palace. So there's no need to take this route, should we wish for a safer passage.
I propose that we advance regardless.
Why is that, Lucas?
I've heard grim reports of this Arcanist, Nui Baba. She's of a kind with General Jerome, who controls the Rigel Plains. They're tyrants both, and their subjects suffer terribly under their yoke. But if
sounds like we're headed towards Nui Baba,
such as us were to take them out, well, we might find ourselves with new support among the Rigelian masses.
Interesting.
Granted, we run the risk of losing men we can't afford to be without, so I'm not insisting we do this. I only offer the suggestion.
I'll think on it, Lucas. Thank you.
Alright, so it's probably not going to connect up the other way. Anyways. But this is still a fight with... There's the rest of them. Pegasus Cheese. Zizor. Let's see what we got in here. Alright, you weak sauce units get towards the back. And then we somehow have to get across this forest. Anybody carrying bows? Looks like not. I think we're free and clear there. But should probably come up clearing out these witches and then move west.
All right, let's go.
Ha! Stand aside!
The mother walks with me.
Let's rethink sending the general in.
Allow me.
This guy wouldn't be a problem.
Easy pickings.
Hold, Delphia. Huh? What is it, Lou?
Would you please stop fooling about? This is a battlefield. You've been acting far too brazen. You're going to get someone killed.
Well, excuse me for taking some initiative around this joint. I go out and wipe the floor with the bad guys, and now I get a lecture?
I'm not criticizing you, but showing a bit of
I like
dignity
Delphia.
would be nice. For you see, the thing about you is...
Would you please shut up? Nothing I do is ever good enough for you. Just leave me alone, you big loser.
Pardon me? Hold it! You come back here right now, young lady, or I'll...
Oh, get shit on.
Leave this to me.
Ooh, lots to talk about.
Just leave it to me.
Allow me.
Let's do all of our our support conversations.
Clyde,
Matilda.
My heart sore.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Get a room.
Wield a lance like you, my love.
Nonsense, my darling. There is no
What are you accusing him of?
Back to back within battle than you. You will bring a certain victory. Mark my words.
I'm so very glad you agree. In truth, I was just checking. Now point me at your foes, that I will cut the louts down one by one.
Could you stop flirting for 1 second? The Rider's Bane's not going to be much use to us here.
Nothing will stop me.
You guys get chatting now, and I'll
Lady
send Matilda
Matilda?
in.
Hello, Claire. Do you need something? It's not often you come to me looking for conversation.
Something you told me before has been foremost in my mind of late.
And what is that?
You said I'd grown into a fine woman, but then I started thinking about it. It's not so much that I grew up as that I had to leave part of myself behind. I miss the old days
that's
when
too bad.
Clive and Fernand and I lived in the castle. Being a knight of Zofia
Oh,
was
never mind. This
hard
isn't
work,
so sweet anymore.
But I was basically carefree. If ever I became cheeky with you, it's because I was happy. But then the war came and crushed all of our dreams. I grew up thinking that the
And I
world
couldn't be in
revolved around me.
a self-centered
Now I feel
Ojo-sama
it's just
anymore.
spinning madly about for absolutely no reason at all.
Claire.
I know. You're going to tell me this is what it means to grow up. But I miss the part of me that believed things would always turn out all right.
You may mourn it all you like, Claire. But such loss is part of growing up. And it's turned you into a fine woman.
Thank you, Matilda.
And by the way, whoever said that our dreams have been crushed? It's true that things don't always turn out the way we want them to. But we can still find other ways to realize our desires. Just because you see the world for what it is, doesn't mean you have to give up.
I suppose you're right. I have to be stronger. Clive needs me to keep my chin up after all.
You will be happy again one day, Claire. I promise you this. And Clive and I intend to be part of that happiness.
I hope so.
I know so. And feel free to lean on me more, okay? After all, we'll be sisters someday.
Oh,
You keep
God.
being this nice, I suppose I'll allow it.
Thank goodness for that.
There is something to be said for romances that have been decided.
Let's go.
Just say the word.
Use defensive.
That'll show him.
I don't know which way we're going yet, but we'll figure that out.
Fine, twist my arm.
Come at me, fools!
You know, one of these little castle things without any supply is very sad. Oh, right, these are witches, and they will appear from any angle. I should have thought of that. Oh, well. Clyde almost died right there. Clyde died right there.
My apologies.
I didn't realize they would teleport all the way across the map. Alright, I don't want to have to repeat a bunch of that. So let's just...
Leave this to me.
Come at me, fools! Ha! Stand back.
Fine, twist my arm.
Let's try something like that. Yeah, literally all the way across the map. But I think otherwise we've... did there... No? Alright, it's this darn witch AI that's just a problem.
Leave this to me.
This is still correct.
Come at me, fools!
Fine, twist my arm.
Doesn't much matter because it's just magic.
Stand back.
There, so it goes and where it can target just Clyde. Targets another guy. Okay. They've split their forces. And otherwise decide who they don't want to mess with.
The mother walks with me. I feel the...
Let's make sure that we kill both of these guys. Curve shot? No.
Allow me.
Need to make real certain you stay dead.
Sure, why not?
Now the hope is no more witches are going to come in from our flanks again.
Watch me go.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I like that.
So just because you have a massive
Just
luck
say the
stat?
word.
Let's do some white magic.
All right, let's go.
Ha! Stand aside!
Just leave it to me.
Well, I guess you guys technically have bows. No, that's wrong. That is not true. But we do have a speed advantage over you, so goodbye.
It's nice to get strong.
Allow me.
You should be very dead, if I could hit. Try it again. Okay. Let's just
Easy pickings.
see if that discourages a witch at all. There we go. Get good hits on them. Enjoy the benefits of the forest. Teleported outside of out. I don't get why you would teleport and then not get close enough to attack somebody. Not what I meant to do at all. That's okay, I guess. You not have any benefits there?
Oh, sorry.
That's one we can Oh, I was thinking about running that one back anyway.
Fine, twist my arm.
There we go.
Sure, why not?
Allow me.
There. Won't end up dead.
Nothing will stop me.
Watch me go.
Right, no, these guys have big anti-magic
Okay, I'm ready.
advantages.
All right.
Don't worry about me.
Ha! Stand aside!
Alright. Tempest Lance could potentially just kill him in one go. Nice. Good job, buddy. Look at your speed going up.
All right, let's go.
The mother walks with me.
A little heal there. A little help here. Provisions. Come get some flour, I guess. Sure. No, leftover bread.
feel a little better.
The flour could become something useful, I think. Still there. Do a little heal over here. Clyde's still in danger, but I think he can't get overrun anymore, so it's fine.
My name is Zizor, and I'm
Yeah, there's only one witch left.
here. While I bear you no
Cool story, bro.
my master's orders are absolute.
I see that you did come straight for Om, so I appreciate you for that. I thought you were set for healing, yeah. Let's just remove that problem. Who wants an easy kill? I think it's going to be Delthea. Delthea with the fireball. No, it's going to be the aura.
I can serve you no longer. Forgive me, Emperor Rudolph.
Oh, that's very sad. I'm sure you had a great backstory.
Is it okay for the goddess to pick favorites?
Attack and speed. Got the Pegasus cheese.
I will take care of this.
No, that doesn't help much, so just do some recovery.
Just leave it to me.
This should get you dead. Yep. Sure did.
Shouldn't you heal those wounds?
You can stay alive. White magic. Everyone come heal a little bit. Fire. Fire. Forsyth for the win. Do this big old Tempest Strike again. Yeah. It's pretty legit.
So,
Cool stuff.
Have you made up your mind as to where we're headed?
Yes, I think so.
Huh?
Have you, though?
What is it, Alm?
This is
Oh, is this where that
crazy,
story...
But I thought I heard Celica.
Celica?
The story's being told a little bit out of order.
I'm sorry to say, I heard nothing.
I need you,
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Where are you,
That means that
Celica?
this isn't her.
What's... wait!
This sounds like a curse, a bewitching
Where are you, Celica?
spell. Are we perhaps being led towards Nui Baba?
Celica? What is this?
That sure doesn't look like her.
An illusion?
Yes.
This does look like the scene we saw before, so they want you to kind of draw the
Prisoner
comparison.
in Nui Baba's abode.
What?
Yep.
Are you hurt?
Okay.
Help me, I have faith.
It's possible Fire Emblem is very anime.
I'm waiting for you.
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but
Been waiting.
Wait! Celica, don't go!
okay.
Damn it. Was that really her?
Nui Baba. Oh, hello.
What next, child of fate? You slipped my grasp at the border, but now you run straight to my snare. Despite the bungling of that useless Berkut. No matter.
Will we, though?
All will be mine soon enough. I'll not let the likes of Jeddah claim a bearer of the brand. The power of such a soul
Oh, good.
could grant me
It's
life
big power
eternal.
plays all over the place. Alright, well that feels... Nui Baba's abode. That feels good. Like, good enough of a hook to leave off for next week. I do want to see what's up with Zeke, though. Zeke and Jerome. I feel like I want to do them next week, and then we'll tackle Nui Baba's abode. But we have been alive. We've been live. We've been alive for much longer. Live for about 3 hours. It's about 10 o'clock. Good enough time to wrap things up. I would like to see who else is live right now. And then we will head on out of here. Let's see. Live channels we think you'll like. No. Who do I follow, though, that's live? There's Alpha Anarchy. Erica Lindbeck. Erica Lindbeck, who plays Celica in this game, I think. Celica. I am mixing up my Ericas for sure. Let me just be sure. Yes, it is Erica Lindbeck, voice of that game. So I bought Sarah Wiedenheft's also live, and Jonah's also live. So if any of that appeals to you, you can head over to those. But I think I want to head over to Erica Lindbeck. So, thank you for joining us tonight. Well, next week will probably be less hectic, and we can have a bit more of a normal stream. I hope, anyways. Thanks, everyone, and have a good night. Hit off that raid. Bye-bye.